Hello, everyone. We are here. Rambo Bambo in the house. Stratford, Connecticut, coming at you. 7:55. Even early. 5 minutes earlier than the scheduled time. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Can you believe it? What a day we're going to have today. I've lined up a fat one for us here on the left side. I'll explain what's going on here to start. First, of course, you can see visions are off for the reading of the Dent Sea Scrolls, of course. Visions being the redeem you can do in the channel. But I do want to give you a quick preview of what pull is going to look like. All right, this is very beta. This is alpha, pre-alpha build. But if you do uppercase pull, all right, uppercase pull, it should go something like this. And let me tell you, it's going to be randomized, so you never know what kind of pull you're going to get. So here we go. I'm going to do a pull here, and don't try it because it's not even on. Here we go. Boom. Please work. Okay. That's okay. That's why we're in beta. That's why we're in beta. No worries. No worries. I didn't turn on the thing. Now I'm turning it on. If anyone says disaster, you can't say disaster when it's beta. So if I hear any nonsense like disaster, you're all out. Unless any questions. All right, here we go. Now we're going to do it. Boom. Someone just did pull. And we're getting the card. The card will come up like that. We can see what cards you get. I'm not like sold on the sound effects and stuff yet. The sound you're hearing should be the legit sound that you actually do here in the game, but it kind of sucks. Like, it just doesn't sound cool. So I might change that. But that's what it's going to look like. It's going to be a pull like that. And I'm going to make it so it's equally... The chances of you getting the 6-star Hogan are the same as the real thing. So that's like 0.01%. So I have to make a lot of cards. But there we go. And it should work in perpetuity. Right now, only 5 cards. So like, if there's no 6-star Hogan yet, I want to make sure it's a big deal. But I also want to make it so it's kind of like, pulling is not so easy, right? I want to be pulling every 5 seconds. Pull. It's annoying. So I got to figure out the price and stuff. But there you go. That's what pulls are going to look like. Obviously, the idea was stolen from Taking L's. That's what they do, the pull, just in the chat. But I want to upgrade it and get it to that top tier shitpost level that being said is known for and has to keep it up. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. As you can see, we're going to get into the Dent Sea Scrolls right now. Business style announcements, there are none. Actually, there is one. I'll be on Decepticons DSP versus the Internet on Saturday. Tomorrow, we're going to do the flare-up. All right? So the flare-up is going to be tomorrow. No music tonight. We're going to get right into the Dent Sea Scrolls because we are extremely dense in terms of content tonight, and I want to get to it as much as I can. I can't promise it's going to stay like that, but I think for the summer it's going to be like that. Dent Sea Scrolls Thursday, Flare Up Friday. We'll see what happens the rest. But so far, the summer of Too Much ALT is on a 5-day streak of streams. So get hyped for that, right? If you're hyped for that kind of stuff. Before we get to our forums, I want to play a little bonus video. Bonuses, this is free. So we don't know what this... I don't know what this is from. This is a tournament that Phil is at, and we're going to watch just a little bit of this video because I promise you're going to find it funny. So I don't know much of the details about the background of this video, but you're going to like it. Here we go. A little bonus before we get started tonight.
Sure. See, at least he's nice. All right, well, here, we're going to go to my boy Phil because he'll tell everybody fucks up.
That's different Phil. That's not Phil Burnell. This is a different Phil, but just watch.
You want to say fuck you, too.
Especially Super Saiyan Bright.
Yeah.
DSP, you talk shit online. You don't talk shit online to me because I just fucked your ass. So. Fucking Dark Phoenix, fuck you too, man. You fucking stupid ass bitch. Say some dots and an LOL, you fucking cocksucker. Dick riding, nut riding, testicle eating motherfucker. Hey, what about DSP? Dick sucking Phil? Fuck that.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm Phil. I'm the real Phil up in this motherfucker.
Yeah, so
what you want?
You don't like DSP, huh? You think he's a fag?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, man, I'm gonna go play now.
Yeah, you go do that. Take
all right, well that's the end of the DSP references there, but this is from 2016. I've played very few videos on this show since we've been doing it for what, 3 weeks now, and this is not the first one that have said fuck DSP in some fashion, so it's pretty funny. But there you go. You can see the thoughts on DSP are already what they are, right? They're already there. Here's another bonus video, just for your own, because I like sharing funny stuff. Here's another one from the same channel. We're going to watch together and talk about it. Here we go.
Is sleep. Hold on, let's get in his face.
Okay, we're found a sleeping gentleman in the morning.
Hold on. All right.
Real quick, that is Daigo, by the way. That is Daigo Umehara. So the famous fighting game player had a tough night, is sleeping on the table, but that's not why I'm showing you this video. Keep listening.
Shut the fuck up.
Response to what Bryden said last night.
Brian said, fuck that guy.
All right.
I don't even care about him no more.
All right. So, I understand you got something you want to say about the DSP.
Nah, I don't got nothing to say about that little retard. Down syndrome Phil. Fuck that guy.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, so she got something to say about somebody?
Okay, that was it. He just said it. The same dude again, same place. Clearly has something out for Phil. So there he goes. That was Down syndrome Phil. So unfortunately. And yes, that is definitely Daigo. I'll play to the end.
This is Daigo after, I guess, being hungover or some shit and sleeping on a fucking table outside of Cal Poly. And now he's walking out. Look at he's scratching his ass. Scratching his fucking ass.
Daigo.
But I guess Daigo could do that because he's fucking Daigo. He's like, I slept.
Dude, the beast. He just busted out the blanc and
yeah, he just
beasted. He taunted us.
Dude, he taunted us. It's fucked up. Beasted on that fucking table.
We just
Dude,
got
I can't believe that shit, dude. He fucking was asleep on. He was asleep on that fucking table, dude. That's fucking funny as hell. Look at these fucking nerds.
I feel comfortable doing that in Japan or something.
Actually, from what I hear.
Anyways, there you go. So it's a pretty interesting that even though that Daigo sleeping on a table, he has the legendary status enough to the boys are like, that's Daigo. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. DSP, that's Down syndrome Phil was the word they used. Not me. That was the word they used. Everybody, keep that in mind as we get going into this forum here. So as this thread here. So let's start off with our main thread here. I got 2 threads lined up. We'll see if we need it. The second one. They both have some hype stuff for us here. So this is ECCXI, so otherwise known as ECC11, and this is a tournament that Phil is putting on himself. I'm not going to spoil everything because we're going to get through it here. However, that's all you kind of need to know about this. So this is the thread that, as you can see, it goes through updates. So like right here, you can see like update here. So like I'm kind of gonna skip past this. This is it starts with the opening thread, and then like you can go back and edit it so they can change the information. But I promise you, this is DSP. It says DSP. I promise you, as always, just so everyone knows, that's maybe the first time going into the Dent Sea Scrolls. This is the SRK, the Shoryuken forums, where if you were in a fighting game, you definitely were on this fucking forum. Everyone's here. Mike Watson's here. Valle, Choi, everybody's on this website. And DSP is on this website as well, more than most. This is February of 2016, as you can see. And you can already tell how people think about Phil in this one. This is not the earliest days of Phil in the forums. He joined in 2004, so we're 2 years in. He's already, of course, done his 4th Evo for sure, and this is after that. And he's trying to create a tournament, this ECC, which is a big tournament on the East Coast. And he's one of the people that is organizing this tournament. So nonetheless, let's get through it. We're going to start with, this is the nonsense bullshit. Nothing hype happens here for a little bit. People talking about it. Whoa. And real quick, this is just to prove that this is posted by DSP. I put the first proven thing here. So I didn't say the main thing I wanted to say. But as you can see here, System 1 is the screen name used when the user is gone, deleted, banned, we don't know, but System 1 is what's used for all those users. So we do not know if it's DSP unless someone quotes it. So as you can see here, someone quoted it, and then we can let's talk like DSP. Someone quoted it. Someone quoted it. So then we can see it's from Darkside Phil. And you can always, I'm always going to show you things that I know are Phil. I'm not going to say anything that could be, I mean, sometimes I show you like, I think this is Phil, but I'm not sure. But this is one you could definitely see. It was DSP. So let's get into it. 26 is where we're going to start now that you have the proof. Okay, so this is the first from Phil thing. As you can see, it's a fucking mile long. Nothing really in. I'll give it a shot. We just started, so I might as well read it. But here we go. Okay, guys, here's the deal on a lot of stuff. Most of this stuff I'll be running. This is from DSP himself. Basically, I'll be in charge of Capcom versus... What's CVS? fucking things I don't know. CVS, ST, DOA4, and probably have the hand in Third Strike. 3S is Third Strike, I know that. Also, I'm going to be running several side tournaments. Here are the updates that we need to know. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not reading all the shit. This is not important. We'll get to the fun stuff, I promise. Finally, if you come to ECC 11 and donate at least a 19-inch TV that we use for a tournament, or if you donate an Xbox 360 console with DOA4 or a PS2 with copies of 3S, you'll receive a free entry to the tournament. Entry to the tournament costs $10, my friends. $10 to get you in the tournament. That's how much it costs then. If you bring a combo of items, for example, you bring a TV and a PS2 with a game, for example, Capcom vs. SNSK. Thank you, everybody. I never like fighting games, so this is I'm only in this for the lore of the guy, not for the fighting game history. But it's still interesting. I'm definitely learning more about this kind of interesting stuff, you know. So, and it would be heavily dependent upon people's help to get the event running. So we'd definitely be willing to compensate you for your help. Nice. Last but not least, please, for the love of God, bring your own controllers for console tournaments. Any of you who are coming to ECC have undoubtedly at this point played these games on console and should have appropriate controllers to bring. If you are coming with a group of friends, have designated joystick to share between you. Blah, blah, blah. Bring your own fucking controller. Worthless. Next, let's go forward to 42. And that one I did not know was DSP, but as I already showed you, that is proven to be DSP here. And it talks like it. It's so easy now. The more I get into this fucking shit, it's so easy to tell what it's him. Like it's like stupid for me to remind you of the proof, but I will anyway. But it's like he uppercases words when like literally no one else does. It's kind of easier. The more I'm doing this, the more I definitely can see it's him. But anyway, let's get to our next appearance from Philium here. 128. A lot of nonsense talk, nothing hype going on. And let's get to 127, 128. Okay. So this one right here. Someone wants to talk about the snip right here. So this one I couldn't find. Let's see. There are people talking about, let me find the thing, the start of this nonsense. It's not as nonsense. Hang on. Sometimes we have to scroll back here. He was owned for something. This one. I couldn't find out where this own came from. This own badly came from. Sorry, we missed that. He owned someone. Anyways, so this is now someone talking to Phil. I'm guessing. I couldn't prove that Phil said this, but if you want to consider to the Guilty Gear players, so you have your tournament 60 on a Friday when the majority of NGG players said they can't make it on Friday. The Guilty Gear scene in Texas is much bigger than NJ, so of course more people show up there. I'm setting over under for 10 people for Slash tournament. It runs Friday at 6 p.m. Last year we were able to give casuals tons of space, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here it is. Here it is. Fucking bullshit. I found it. All right, so people have problem with Guilty Gear being held on a Friday. No one directly talked to Phil about it, so I didn't mention it, but this is someone... Remember we talked about last week, Phil thinks Guilty Gear is gay. It's like a not serious game. He doesn't like it. For some reason, they scheduled it for Friday. Apparently, most of the Guilty Gear players live in Texas. They couldn't make it on a Friday. Blah, blah, blah. Drama, that's not that important. We're going to get to the fun stuff here. So let's go to 129. More stuff about the Guilty Gear nonsense. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So here is... We're going to start with, this is Phil, and of course, the longest fucking shit is Phil. He's going to go through all these problems, right? So, not the most exciting stuff. It's kind of minutia, it's kind of whatever. But what I like is, people are bringing him, whenever you see Phil get attacked with facts, or even not attacked with facts, people bring facts to him. He brings back walls of text of other facts that most people are saying are not, or is not really relevant. So let's just, for example, go through this. They were talking about the numbers, right? And wow, we can get 80 people at this shit. So what does Phil say? One thing you're forgetting, we'll have at least 3 or 4 CVS 2 stations at all times. Yes, it's slightly harder to run, but I'm sorry. I don't believe we're getting 80 entries. I don't care what crack you've been smoking. But ECC hasn't had 80 plus people in a tournament for years. I like how you can quote mythical facts, but you are wrong, LOL. So I don't know what crack you've been smoking is the first cut down we see of the night. More like 6 year, people will be whining about I lost because it's console, which happens 100% of the time. People always complain no matter what. The difference is, for console, you can simply say you played on your own stick, you should have played on your own stick, and it's over. For arcade, you have to eat the blame for shitty controls. But I'm sure you don't see the difference since you've never taken blame. ... The fuck out of here with the ... So Phil is saying, if you bring your own controller, boys, and gals, Taco Chans, shout outs. You can't blame the shitty controls. There you go. There we go. More nonsense. In Texas, the only person who played in both was Jason Cole, and I regularly check the actual DOA forums. And I haven't seen much about overlapping tournaments. This dude was a forum fiend. We've seen him he was banned from the Guilty Gear forums last week. Now he's regularly checking the DOA forums. This dude must have been on forums 24/7. No doubt. No doubt about that. I haven't heard jack about this, and nobody has posted saying that they like DOA 4 the same day as Tekken besides you. So if people feel that way, please request it. It's like this every year at ECC, and it will be like this year too. Which is why I'd rather have Guilty Gear, a relatively empty arcade, than a jam-packed sardine can. If you can't see the logic behind this, you're probably not a logical person, dude. Yes, Grimbo. This is Phil actually running the tournament, so he can say that. Do you want me to run the fucking tournament for you? Okay, I will, and this is me doing it. This whole thread is about. So as you can see, it's people asking questions and Phil getting extremely, extremely offended by anyone asking questions. That's what you missed, White Race. That's all you missed so far. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read all this page, but let's just read Phil's responses. We can solve this in several ways. Either we cancel Tekken 5 entirely. I have no problem doing this, by the way, especially since so many people will be complaining that's not DR, which can blame Namco for making PSP only. Or else we can try to swap the time of Tekken 5, but I'd much rather runs CVS 2, a third strike on Saturday. So if either spills over, we can finish on Sunday. Again, ECC is focused on the big four and nothing else. Everything else can suck a dick. And these games get preferential treatment because they have been staples of ECC in one form or another since its inception. I'm not going to cancel Third Strike for Tekken, so to speak. Also, if Tekken Zaibatsu people don't have brains enough to remember ECC, that's pretty fucking lame. Honestly, if they don't care, we don't have to have it, and I can run something else. Dropping the threats. Boys, you better be ready. We dropping the fucking threats. I am okay with this. Why? Guilty Gear people will bring their own equipment, so their start time isn't dependent on CVS 2. Just because someone brings their own equipment, it doesn't create magical time. You can bring 100 copies of Slash and modded PS2s, but if we had limited space, it doesn't mean jack shit. The issue is time and space, not copies of games, motherfucker. Creative license on the motherfucker. Huh? This is the other person. This isn't a marathon. If you claim you lost because you played too many matches in a short period of time, that's a lame excuse. Yes. And I'm sure you've never played 2 to 3 tournaments back to back ever. At TS6, I played all of my Marvel's Capcom 2 matches, then an ST match, then some DOA matches, then all of my Third Strike matches. The more DOA 4 matches, then at 12:30 a.m. I was expected to finish my Street Fighter matches all back to back. Get the fuck out of here. If you want to have a real, meaningful tournament, you need to have players not overtired and overplayed. Any real player recognizes this. Sorry you don't get it, bro. I love the bro. I love the bro. I love the bro. What the fuck is this, bro? Sorry you don't get it, bro. No, Visible Dimwit, not 24/7 yet. Every day I'm doing a stream though, that's for sure. I'm streamed every day so far. Keeping it up tomorrow too, and today obviously. Next, I'm just pointing out flaws that will happen based on my experience. Then your experience is absolutely shitty. Then your experience is absolutely shitty, dude. Get your head out of your butt and realize that you're looking for the perspective of 1 to 2 tourneys only. But if you don't want to listen to me, fine. You'll find out for yourself what happens. I'd rather make my own mistakes than suffer because I listened to somebody else. Oh, that's for damn sure. Great motto. This is a great motto to live with. I'd rather make my own mistake than suffer because I listened to somebody else. Who would want to listen to advice from other people? What fucking mouth drooler would do that? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get real. Josh and I stand by our schedule. If there's issues, we'll take the blame. Much better than saying, fucking Rob Sigley fucked up ECC. See, we're men who take fault for shit that happens. We don't blame it on others. again, if you wanted to talk about this, you could have PM'd, IM'd, or called us. You super chat, super sticker, or tip. By bringing it out here, you only made yourself look foolish, and like you were looking for attention. Look how far he will go to avoid taking advice, not even criticism, really. Of course, the person used forum language, so it could have been a bit softer, but come on. They're giving you advice in your tournament, and this is how far you go to not take advice? Come on, man. D goes to this. All this shit you could have done to keep it private, so he doesn't even care about the advice. So just keep it private, please. We don't need that. We don't need those advice in public. We don't want people getting the other ideas. You know what I'm saying? But anyways. This is, yes, and of course, extremely businessman writing paragraphs. The longest posts on every single thread we've seen is always Darkside Phil. It is not a doubt. It is a law. It is a law of these forums. All right. So Jet Fi comes back and claps back. He gets the clap back, of course. You know, can't get it back. You know. All right. So one thing you're forgetting. Okay. Blah blah blah. ECC 8 had 78 people. ECC 9 had 83 people. ECC 10 had 87 people. Go fuck yourself. I love it. I love it. Just facts, right? ECC hasn't had 80 plus people in a tournament for years. Okay. How about the last 3? How does that sound? Jet Fi, you're a legend. Thank you. No even nonsense either, right? No even nonsense. Just fucking showing the numbers, right? No, not saying like, how does that sound, bitch, or anything. Just like, fuck you, man. Here's the numbers. Anyways, here we go. I'll talk to you about equipment and such on AIM, but I had to mention how logically retarded that statement is. Which is right. I'd rather have Guilty Gear in a relatively empty arcade than a jam-packed sardine can. If you can't see the logic behind this, you're probably not a logical person. ECC is the East Coast Championships, a tournament they did yearly at the East Coast. Not attached to EVO or anything, but a thing. People seem to care about it. Definitely, I'll say that. And they clearly did it for 11 years, so there you go. Then your experience is absolutely shitty, talking about that. East Coast Championships, yeah. Rob's helped me on almost every tournament I've ran at the break, and he understands most, if not all, the unpolitical decisions I've made tourney-wise. That better be nuff said. I mean, this person's kind of not the best arguments either, but whatever. That better be nuff said is funny. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, thank you, this part. I just want to clarify that I'm making practical suggestions, and by posting, he's opened the window for debate among players to see which would be more helpful to players and, more importantly, more efficient for the tournaments. I'm not here to cause drama, but I'm just stating that Rob is bringing up legitimate arguments while it seems that you're not wanting to listen to reason. Thank you. Don't worry, he's not trying to take your attention whore title anytime soon. Yes. He's not trying to take your attention whore title anytime soon. We're going to need a tier list for the best burns we've seen on the Dent Sea Scrolls soon, because that's a good one. The best one was last week, though. The best one was definitely last week. Why are people scared to call Phil? Probably because he's DSP. We haven't topped that yet, but let's keep moving. Got a lot of ground to cover today. Here we go. DSP's response to this. I hardly believe that a post started with, "Do you guys even care about ECC?" is trying to give constructive criticism. He didn't even ask us. He addressed the public, basically saying, "Don't you think that Wigfall and DSP don't know what they're doing?" The funny thing is, since he posted, only one person has agreed with him. Lol. When you open a post by shitting on someone's face and reputation, it doesn't really matter what you say afterwards. It's going to be taken as diarrhea. I agree with that until the taken as diarrhea part was just dumb, but, you know, he has to try to be funny. The major points that Rob made, that 1, he doesn't like Guilty Gear, will get many answers on Friday, and 2, that 3 strikes should be on arcade, are not valid. With all the console tournaments going on already, that must go on. When I say that, I mean the Big 4 and Tekken. There was no time to cram in Guilty Gear as well. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. He's trying to answer. Let's go to the end here. I'm happy to accept constructive criticism. Pressing X on that. Definitely pressing X on that. But Rob apparently doesn't know how to go about it in a human manner. Wingfall, I am to be the other day, basically saying that Sigley shit on us like we're assholes that don't care about ECC, and he's not happy about it. At first, I thought he was overreacting until I read the thread myself. It's great that Rob is trying to help, but I think he needs help with his personal skills a bit. If you do want to discuss this further, feel free to IM or Wigfall or give me a call. You have my phone number. Or we can just do a group chat on AIM one night or something. Let me know. By the way, I'm going to final round, so maybe you, me, and Wigfall can do a round table there or something. There we go. Phil McFly. Damn, DSP. Take everything with a grain of salt. In the end, results tournament will speak for itself, in which case you could rub it in so-and-so's face if you feel like it. It's a public forum. People, regardless whether it's Sigley or not, are going to criticize however they want. But at least for simple attendees like me, I can see what's going through the director's minds rather than everyone hush-hush through AIM. But that's just my opinion. Thank you, Phil McFly. Great thought. Don't you want to have these discussions in public? Yes, I do. I do, Phil McFly. I can't back up facts and all that shit because I don't browse multiple forums like other people. Who's he talking about here, boys? I don't browse multiple forums like other people. Wonder who that is. Nor do I have the statistics, but I can certainly speak for CVS2. I probably would have entered CVS last year if it wasn't for the pools. I've stood around, blah, 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 blah. I recommend pools, blah, blah. Okay. Saying his opinion there. Next up, we're going to go to 148. We finally get the response from Phil to all these people. These nasty people. Okay, so 148 right here. Okay, so here we go. So this is a little bit weird. I'm going to stick with it. So because this is somehow not Phil. But there's some things here that we have to get for the future. So this is the same person that called out Phil before in a kind of a good way, like kind of a not respectful way, but factual way. It wasn't too disrespectful, by the way. I was just bringing out facts. The same person is back at it. So I request this own to be stricken from the record since DSP's claims are not reputable anymore, since the majority of the facts he posted were proven untrue, therefore questioning the validity of his other statements. It's easy to own someone when you make up everything you use to own them. Very true. R. Sigley in the house. Very true statement. Very true statement. Very true statement. Nothing hype here to get through except for that. A few criticisms here. You are charging $10 for equipment fee. Why not front up some of the money yourself and rent some equipment? Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Any sponsorship? No. So this is a person that is trying to get, tell me about the tournament. I have some opinions. Let me be a part of this, kind of. Okay. So then we go to Rob's post is better than all. Good game. Peace out. This person says this person in response to that says Rob's post the fucking best. Good game. Peace out. All right. Good game. Peace out. All right. Phil responds. Oh, I'm doing this many times. Look at this book. This dude wrote the Bible here. The Bible has less pages than this. All right, so in response to all that shit, whatever. I'm not reading all this. It's just too much. Blah. So okay, he's talking about the more console than ever. Blah 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 blah. Let's read the bottom line. Okay, let's do this. Here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line. Between having the break packed all weekend long with players on all cabs and having his grill pretty much going on the weekend, Chris is going to make a buttload of money regardless if games are on the console or cabinet. Sure. Okay, I don't know what he's talking about. Get out of here. It's fine. Okay. Now, as for your comment that we're not fronting anything, here's the problem. I've said time and time again that I'm willing to donate my time, equipment, and talents to helping the community, but the one thing I really do not have is money. If you're asking me to front $1,000 to rent tech and DR cabs, transport them to the break, which will cost more than renting them, and then shell out a couple $100 to buy controls for the cabs we've been playing on, the answer is I can't. Okay? The answer is I can't. I am not rich by any means. I don't live with my parents. I have a bajillion bills to pay. He was already to a bajillion. That's a lot. You know, before the days of 2 big bills, there was bajillion. And I simply don't have the funds to do so. Trust me, if I ever got a decent paying job or I hit the lotto, the first thing I would do is run the most crazy series of pimped out Street Fighter tournaments ever. But I just can't do it. Now, if you are suggesting we front money, but then take it out, don't live with your parents and can't find a decent job. That's life in America, boys. That's life in America. You don't live with your parents, and you can't find a decent job, you're day-to-day, bitches. That's day-to-day. Hoping for the... Yeah, good point, Lux. Hoping for the lottery already. Nothing he could do. Nothing he could do. All right, we still have... that was the First Testament, the New Testament. That was the Old Testament. Now we're going to the New Testament. And I'm not interested in reading all this. Whatever. Rob, if you have been in talks with Hori about sponsorship and getting some free stuff for the tournament, please let me or Josh know. We can pick it up where you left off. Blah, blah, blah. I hope that this post clip with some issues that have been addressed here and ultimately helps us make ECC a better tournament. Oh, edit. Just to let everyone know, my rip Jay Snyder is Viscount, by the way, right? I believe that is true. Let me know, chat. I know you know better than me. Was deleted by SRK faggot mods who thought it was offensive. So people can have huge half-naked tits in their avatars, offensive language in their signatures, and flame people to shit on GD. But God forbid you try to do something funny and your name is DSP. Fuck you. Whoever deleted my avatar, you are a pussy bitch. Relax, dude. Relax. Relax, man. Sorry, SRK mods. And this is funny. This is Triforce, someone we're definitely going to cover in a future video. Do not worry about that. A future Dent Scrolls, a legendary gentleman. I'm sure some of you might have heard before. Triforce. He's I'd say infamous, but he was going to say something and then he says, "That's a bad idea." Like, as in, do I want to start going with Phil? Nah, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Yes, Meth Bear, great point. He wanted criticism and suggestions in private so he could implement them and take credit for good ideas and not have any negative comments thrown his way. Yes, that is 100% why he wanted all talk to be in IMs, DMs, and whatever, because he doesn't want no good ideas can be shared, not on his watch. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's move on. A lot more of the parchment to cover tonight. And let's go to 154 here. And this is it for Master Chibi. I believe someone in chat said they heard of them before. Master Chibi is a character on these forums for sure. I'm not sure who they are, but anyways, I think canceling Tekken might be a good idea, Phil. I'm not that hot for having canceled, but it sounds like the way to go. And he points this out. So this is Phil talking here. He's quoting Phil here. I'm not sure why it doesn't say the name, but the way it was being marketed seems like to the hardcore players. The vibe I got from reading the recent reply seems to be, it is our tournament. We'll run how we want. If you don't like it, don't come. And I mean, that's pretty messed up. No, this is not Phil. I'm being an idiot. This is not Phil. This is, I believe this is the guy that was the R Sigma guy or whatever, that was having a lot of things, suggestions for Phil. And he's kind of making a comparison between them, right? The vibe I get from reading the recent replies is this argument run how we want. If you don't like it, don't come. And he's pretty messed up. I don't think when Todd found ECC, that was his plan. Fi did a good job of continuing Todd's vision, but this seems like it's going in a totally different direction. Okay? And then here is the guy, I believe, I can't confirm this, but I think it is. Just Street Fighter players have been making sacrifices for years to play their game. So don't give me the sob story argument how Guilty Gear players have lives too and they can't take Friday off. Because I've been there every year since I started going to ECC and any other 3-day fighting game major. They can't make it, and they are not dedicated enough players, or they don't have the balls to take Friday off. I don't know what to tell you. ECC is not going to be dictated to by a handful of players who want to be pampered rather than sacrificed to keep their community alive. So I believe this is him. I can't confirm it. There's an odd lack of uppercase letters, but you know how it goes. Let's go down to a little bit farther. That's an educated guess. That's Phil, but You never can know 100%. Here we go. Someone takes a comment of bitches and hoes, Chris, bitches and hoes. Phil did not say that. That's not Phil. But this is definitely Phil's response. The only bitches... The only bitches and hoes to be had at the break are DDR girls, which are not only underage, but either overweight or just plain fucking ugly. The rainbow color hair usually doesn't help them either. Has there ever been a hot girl sighted at an ECC? I sure as hell don't remember one since, like, the first time Todd's girlfriend showed up back in the day to tell him he's a nerd. Now that's some OG shiznit. Still after the bitches and hoes, boys. This is 2 years after that female thread, the magic we saw 2 weeks ago. He's still pissed about it. Come on, bring the girls. Was parched. Okay. Drink has been had. Let's continue. 179. Okay, 191's our next stop. So Phil is worried about... I love how he has in his mind, though, that he's never seen a hot girl at ECC. It's like an event. Has there ever been a hot girl here? Seriously. I did take a sip, Grimbo, yes. All right, let's go. 191. Uh, 191 is here. Okay, and here... This is 171. Okay, this is Phil. I promise you this is Phil. This is kind of important. So this is on an unrelated note. Make sure you can see this correctly. On an unrelated note, let it be known that because of the immensely disrespectful actions of Jamie Austin, that freak show is now officially the first person to be banned from any ECC. Okay? So they were banned from ECC. Anyone who basically wishes one of the tournament organizers dead after being shot and seriously wounded does not deserve to attend a positive event like ECC 11. Good game, peace out, freak. All right, so this is... I don't want to take you on too long of a field trip, so I'm just going to explain what happened rather than go through it, because Phil doesn't really comment on that thread. It's kind of whatever. So... The person that was organizing this tournament with Phil got shot. He literally got shot, according to the thread. And this Jamie Austin was a transgender person, and they claimed all this stuff is claiming, guys. I'm not, what else can we do? But they claimed that the person that got shot would go to tournaments in their area. And whenever they play, would yell at them, say they're a fag, they're a faggot, trans, yell at them, all right? Just yell at them bad. So, that when it was reported that person was shot, this trans person said, the person missed. I'm paraphrasing. They said, I wish they hit their face, right? I wish they hit their face. It was a bad comment, right? I wish they were killed by this shot. They got shot. I mean, it's crazy enough, but they wish they got shot. Okay? So for that, the person was banned from these forums altogether. It was not T. It was not T. It was not T. It was not T. But they were banned from the forums. Okay? So they were banned from the forums from this, and Phil goes through the motions here, and like you said, acts like he had Manticore Phoenix, thank you. He kind of pretends that he made this decision, even though it was made by the fucking website to get him out of here. It's not like some, oh, wow, I'm so awesome. So, as you can see, though, someone responds to that with a YouTube link. And this is one... No, John Bono, the other way. Sorry if I didn't explain it clearly. The trans person said, I wish the other person got shot, right? I wished one person, the organizer with Phil, got shot in the shoulder. The trans person said, I wish that person was actually shot and killed, because that person allegedly was calling them trans faggot every single time they go to the tournament. So I'm just telling you what I saw from I know nothing about the truth. I only know what I read. And it's definitely a fucked up thing to say in both cases. It's fucked up thing that guy did. It's fucked up thing this person did. I'm staying out of it. Everyone's fucked up in this case. It's just a different time. Anyways, it's not part of the story. It is part of the story, but not that much. So anyways, this person, Chameleon, which I thought could be KG Galleon, but it's not. Chameleon posts a YouTube link, which we can watch, my friends. For context, this is a Blazing Flow versus DSP $500 money match. Just a minute long. Let's enjoy. If you'll play, please. If you'll play, please. Refresh. Oh, come on, Susan. Give me a break. Not again. Why does it not work for the Dent scrolls? And the flare-up always gives the internet issues. Please! I'm gonna shoot myself. Come on! Oh, now we got past the good part. God damn it. Here we go. Here's the ending. Oh, fuck you. All right, we're going to come back to it. He loses. God damn it. Dude, 500. I'm at 600. 600 down. Should be fine. But every fucking Thursday night. All right, anyways, that's whatever. That's whatever. That person responded to that with that, which is kind of, it's mildly funny. Anyways, let's keep moving. We got places to go, people to see. Here we go. This is DSP's response to that. They say, thanks for the memories. Wait a second. Oh my God. It's a bet I didn't back out of. Just like all the other bets I've never backed out of. Amazing. Yeah, DSP lost, Lux. DSP lost to Blazing Flow. And I will download that. Don't worry. I love SRK idiots who have no idea what they're talking about sometimes. By the way, this is in reference to the me and Viscant thing. Wait a sec. Why didn't I know I was on YouTube? Interesting comment there from the man himself, who would, in 2 short years, be on YouTube himself by his own volition. Anyways, let's keep moving along. Let's go to 201. Okay, so this is the person's response to... this is a response to that Phil saying like, okay, he's banned from ECC, of course, and of course the what I think is get good game a piece out is like, come on, dude, if it's trying to be serious, be serious. Don't mix the GGPO thing. It's like, come on, and also the freak. Like, if you're a tournament organizer, I don't know. I know it's a different time and shit, but like, if you're a tournament organizer, you should be a little an iota of professionalism here. You could have, said I could have done without the GGPO, but, and the freak. I mean, anyway, so this person obviously responds. Okay, the self-proclaimed king of hate, is banning someone from a tournament because she posted something hateful. Like, you're in any place to do this, DSP. Banning someone for upsetting people with your reputation is ridiculous. When the community starts taking its cues from DSP instead of just laughing at him, I think there's something seriously wrong. Wow. This comment. 2006. And remember, 2023 DSP will tell you, everyone just decided to hate me on the internet in like 2013. Yeah. It's like, just randomly chose to not like DSP. The whole internet just got together and said, you know what? We're not going to like DSP. What do you guys say? Is that cool? You down? Oh, yeah, I'm down. And then Meerkat's like, oh, you're down? Oh, I'm down. Cool. And then we talk to Steve randomly, like, Steve, are you down with this? Like, it's just for no reason, but like, let's just choose someone. Let's choose DSP. Oh, yeah, cool. Let's do that. That's a good guy to hate. It's like so insane that he tries to pull that. Like, just randomly happen when you can see in 2006, this is a very pointed, a very direct comment about someone's character. You know? Like, when the community starts taking its cues from DSP instead of just laughing at him, I think there's something seriously wrong. That is basically saying lolcow before it was a term. You know what I'm saying? You should be using him for laughs. You know? Use this gentleman for laughs. You know? But anyway, I thought that comment was speaks volumes, right? That comment is really something. I don't know who said it. Or sorry, Cuervo said it. Anyways, let's keep going. If anyone is going to ban Jamie for this, let someone else do it. Just about any organizers command just about any of the other organizers command much more respect than DSP as an organizer and as a person in general. I think I speak for everyone when I say that DSP does not have the power to pull something like this. 2006. Of course, DSP has fans. Don't forget it. Man, shut the fuck up. I don't think you speak for everyone. You speak for yourself. Anyways, we're going to go to the next one here. I think Phil definitely gets in on the action here. Phil claps. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing important. Black important. Here we go. Make sure this is the one. Yep. All right, Cuervo, this is DSP. I'll show you later. Cuervo, you speak for nobody but the misinformed idiots of the world. I may be nicknamed the King of Hate, but all the things I do are usually entertaining and to draw attention to the community. I have never, ever done something so low and evil as wishing someone got shot in the head and died because of some really stupid personal vendetta. There are a lot of people I dislike, but I would never wish them dead. Ever. Who the fuck are you to tell me how pertinent I am to the community? If I'm such a horrible person, why do I have friends in every place I travel to? Why would I even be trusted with running ECC this year if I was such a detriment to the community? I have run numerous tournaments and assisted at various majors. What the fuck have you done? You are the definition of troll. A nobody who flames just to get noticed. Well, you fuck with the wrong guy. And you just made yourself look pretty dumb. Yeah, I went to Derek speak. I have no clue why. I'm inebriated. That's why. Anyway, as for GGXX/, there's a high chance. Okay, that was just the main part of that. But anyways, so you're the definition of troll. A nobody who flames just to get noticed. Well, you fuck with the wrong guy. Now what's going to happen? I'm coming for you. I'm coming, bitch. I'm coming for you. Okay. Another ultimatum that goes to nothing. Okay, we're shaking in our boots here. Here we go. Next person is from Hinaki. I did not read a single word of this thread, but I'm going to ECC, and please don't treat the GG players like shit, because some of us play Capcom games too, and respect all games equally. P.S. I'll be there playing with my shitty Urian and Potemkin. Thanks. And DSP, I just read your post. You come off as awfully rude. Although you are the King of Hate, it seems funny that the King of Hate will be put in charge of such an event. Thank you. Great one. Thank you, Hinaki. I did not read a single word of this thread, but still wanted to say, DSP, you look like an asshole. Okay. Here we go. It's true. I don't know you, DSP. All that I know is what I and the people around me think. But this issue goes beyond that. Maybe I shouldn't have made it so personal. SRK is a public forum for people to share ideas and plans within our community. Although Jamie is a friend who I'm trying to defend, I really don't care about what she said, nor do I condone it. The fact is, she just said something. She typed words on a screen and shared her thoughts for whatever reason she had for doing so. I can understand banning people from tournaments for actually misbehaving at tournaments, getting drunk and rowdy, breaking shit, starting fights, selling drugs. But to ban someone for doing something they cause no real damage to anyone, the break... Okay, I'm kind of out of this. I kind of agree with banning someone for saying they want someone to literally die. So, you know, this person's wrong in this case, but... Preppy is here. And Preppy is a legendary person that has so many great pictures. Like, all the pictures I've shown from these days are from Preppy. And I sent them a message. I would love to have them as a guest on the show just to talk about these days. So stay tuned for that. I haven't heard any response yet, but I just sent it today. So hopefully we can get Preppy on. He's a legend for sure. So yeah, you and chat can decide if that's a good idea to ban someone for, saying they want someone to die, which I think is probably bannable in every case. But there's someone that has a good post here. Okay, anyway, so this person is saying, like, definitely get the fuck out. We should have them done. Let's get to 232. Is this it? Yeah, so people are kind of getting on this person saying, like, hey, listen, you're saying fucked up shit. They're going to be banned. I think it's fair. It's whatever. I don't care that much, to be honest. I don't give a shit. We're talking about shit that was how many years ago, guys? But I think it's fair. I think it's fair to ban some person. But anyways, here we go. 132. This is from Phil. I promise you, because it says right here, Darkside Phil, just so everyone knows. Right there, you can see it's 100% from them. But what I'm going to say here will let you know it's them anyway. Just so everyone knows, I am working hard on ECC. I have purchased new controls for every cabinet to be used at ECC. 8 perfect 360 joysticks. 4 ultimate switch sticks for Street Fighter, ST. 72 new buttons. 25 replaceable switches for all cabs if anything breaks down. I'm also working on purchasing 2 Marvel vs. Capcom 2 boards. We have 4 cabinets for the tournament. I have also purchased 2 Xbox 360s for the DOA 4 tournament. I'll read that again. I have also purchased 2 Xbox 360s for the DOA 4 tournament. Does anyone out there hazard a guess as to where he purchased these Xbox 360s? Does anyone recognize it? Thank you, Seal. We gout him. It's right here. This is the Best Buy Saga. This is the Best Buy Saga. These are the Xboxes that cause so much strife, so much difficulty came from these 2 Xboxes. He used an employee discount on these to purchase those 2, which was against the terms of service to buy new. For what I've seen, now I've been asking people today and kind of figured out why would you get fired for that. And some people told me that there was a rule against buying new consoles with your employee discount. Okay, so I've also heard some people said they never heard of that before that worked at Best Buy. So I don't know, maybe someone in chat knows better. But was it okay, hold on. I want to make sure. No, I promise you though, this is a part of the story. Everyone's saying you thought it was PS2s. Stick with me. So anyway, so we know you're not supposed to buy new consoles with your employee discount, I've heard. Oh, there you go, Seal. Thank you. You're only allowed to buy for yourself. You can't use for other ways. Okay? You can't use for other ways. The rule is because by buying 2, it is obvious he wasn't using them for personal use. The rule is that you can't buy them to sell them or use it for... Thank you, Wood Knox. That's what this show's all about right there. You guys telling me shit that I don't know so I can look smarter. Wood Knox, you're a legend. Everyone knows that. Everyone understands that. Yeah, because if you buy 2, then how are you using it for yourself, right? How are you using it for yourself? So, we're going to keep moving on. Don't worry. The saga is not... We hadn't seen the last of the saga. Okay, so here we go. Someone's noticing. McFly here says, damn, that's a boatload of money you dropped. Good shit, DSP. So, yeah, by the way, he just said he had no money and bought all this stuff. You know this went straight to credit cards. Let's get real. This is part of that first chunk of credit card debt that he had to get up, that he had to, first time he started making money on YouTube, he put that to 0. That was before the second credit usage that started with the house. Okay? Let's keep moving. Look at this. People are still surprised. Look at all this shit you bought, man. Look at this. It's incredible. What? Does any of this come out of your own wallet? At least tell me. Tell me that it does. If you're getting 80% of the advertising profits, You know? What's going on, guys? People are like, what the fuck, dude? You're spending a lot of fucking money. Thanks, Meth Bear, sharing that as well. Here we go. So we go to another post here, 241. Hello, everyone. Hey, everyone. Sorry I've been trying to post updates for the past 2 days, but for some reason my connection, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, there are a few announcements. Guilty Gear Slash is officially moved to Sunday at 1 p.m. This means that everyone that was unable to make it on Friday should have no problems making it on Sunday, which is what was requested. He did. So after all this, I got the court documents, don't worry. After all this, they did do what that person suggested, by the way, and changed the date. Tekken 5 has officially been canceled due to the actions of Jin Master, who decided to run a Tekken tournament in Philly the same weekend of ECC. So someone did a tournament in Philadelphia, that was running Tekken. So that means we have to cancel it here. and not just because of that, but due to the actions of Jin Master. You asshole Jin Master. Wherever you are, I'm coming for you, Jin Master. I've also decided to run Dead or Alive 4 Sunday simultaneously with Slash. I will have 2 Xbox 360 stations. This tournament should go for 2 Xbox 360 stations. 2 Xbox 360 stations. So this tournament should go relatively quickly. So beginning to finals 4. I apologize that nothing has been updated in the first post. I've been trying, but no luck even going to the forums. I'll have to have everyone get blah, blah, blah. Okay. That was 241. Let's move on. Here's some news for you guys. I have been suspended from work at Best Buy for 2 days because of a pending investigation of the HR department. Pending investigation, boys. I purchased 3 PS2s. Oh, there you go. PS2s. You were correct. Everyone that said PS2s, you're correct. But he didn't even mention the PS2s, did he? Anyways, I purchased 3 PS2s a few days ago for use at ECC and used my employee discount, which was a whopping 90 cents off each one. I came in the next day, and my store manager had me writing up a statement saying the PS2s were for my personal use since I'm a tournament director of ECC, and basically I'm not trying to give them to anybody else or sell them for profit, which would be a violation of the terms of the employee discount policy. And the truth may set you free. He bought 3 PS2s and 2 Xboxes. I'm thinking everything is fine. Then I come back into work this morning, and the manager says the HR is investigating me, and I'm being suspended for at least 40 hours until they are finished. All this over $2.70. I could have easily bought the PS2s elsewhere, but I figured, hey, I work at Best Buy. I can just pick them up there. What the fuck? I just can't catch a break, man. There we go. So there is the official, not fired yet from Best Buy, but he's under investigation. So, Chad, I want to ask you. It seems like they're fucking serious, man, about these discounts. Or, no, big guy, we have the court documents. It was. I'll show that when we get to the ending of this saga. But, like, it can't be about the money, right? Like, it can't. Are they that serious about their fucking terms of service, or are they just trying to find any way to fire this dude? Is what I would think, right? But that's a good point too, Lux. If it's such a small fucking discount, just take it out. But again, that's why it shows the money isn't the issue. The money is not the issue. Then I think it's like, is this the way we get him out? You know. But anyways, we're not done with this saga. Don't worry. Anyways, we have someone saying King of Hate got owned. Thank you, Exodus, for that. Saying what needs to be said here. Some people have some condolence for him. Rough. Some people change the subject quickly. Some people, again, in the typical DSP fan fashion, return the bitches after you had pissed on it. I think this literally might be Slayer with this, but I'm not sure. Anyways, let's keep moving. This next one's an epic one. I'm going to scroll just so you can see the first line. I just got fired from my job. They provided me no proof of any wrongdoing at all. Add that to the list, boys. How many times has an employer of Darkside Phil never provided proof of any wrongdoing at all, while also having mountains of it, just not writing it into a fucking email for them in easy digestible fashion? I guess that's what DSP wants. So they provided no proof of any wrongdoing at all, besides the previous post when I told you what I did wrong or what they thought could be wrong. Come on, man. This can't be serious. They provided no proof of any wrongdoing at all. What do they want to do? Show you a picture of the PS2s they brought? You bought them? They're like, hey, could you take a picture of those PS2s from your house, dude? Yeah, I'll bring it tomorrow. I'll take a picture and bring it tomorrow. Okay, cool. Can I see the pictures? Yeah, here's the proof of the wrongdoing. What do they want? And I agree, it's ridiculous, right? It's such a small monetary thing. But, like, it's just weird. Like, that's what leads me to believe that they probably were trying to get rid of him anyway. But again, we don't know. It's all conjecture. But, I mean, come on.
I don't know how I feel about it yet. I don't know how I feel.
Anyways, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving along. Yeah, that's a good point. Enjoy the Met. It probably was like, he's fucking pissed as shit. Phil, can we talk about those DSPs? What? What are you talking about? I'm a tournament organizer? I got 4th at EVO, so I need to run tournaments? I don't know if you knew about this. Like, yeah, dude, but you bought a lot of shit, man. If they're not for your personal use, we can't really do that. What? Stop saying it. What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about right now. I'm a tournament runner, so I don't know what's going on. I don't. No. The court documents state it. And I can show you that when we're... Oh, I guess it's time to show that, by the way, because we are in the... Sadly, this is the end of the film mentioning anything about being fired. I expected a lot more hype. Right? So, like... I expected a lot more hype. Right? Like about like him talking about fighting, worried about his job. He doesn't mention it again. So I'm wondering, he does mention it one more time in passing about what he's going to do here. But I'm wondering, like, maybe Phil was told not to talk about it anymore, is what I'm guessing. But I don't know. But let me show, after the one more mention of it, we'll show you the court documents. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it just, this is they provided no proof of wrongdoing at all, but they're not fucking around, man. Anyways, they said the corporate office decided to terminate me on grounds of violating the employee purchase policy, which he did. Even though it was a small amount, he definitely did. I even have it in writing, but there's no evidence whatsoever. How is there no evidence whatsoever? I even have it in writing, but there's no evidence whatsoever. Okay, that's funny. So Lux, he went to court about that fact. I'll show you that in a second. He literally went to court about that literal fact because Best Buy said, you know what, bitch? Because we'll get there. I'm not going to rush ahead. I promise you we're going to get there. Now I have to look for a new job or pray that employment doesn't say I'm ineligible because I was terminated. So he clearly he already knew that he might not get unemployment in this case because he was terminated. As amazing as it sounds, it's actually pretty much true for any multi-million-dollar company. Any person at any time is expendable. Any person at any time is expendable. So yeah, the next few days I'll be applying around for jobs. Okay. So let's keep going. We'll get. It's not over, and then we can talk about the court case. I have the documents here to share. So anyway, someone's trying to give advice. Yeah, man, you can file for unemployment. They have to give you a pink slip. The only way you can't get employment is either if they not approve it or quit. Whatever, blah, 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 blah. Damn DSP, that sucks. People showing condolences for Phil. So people are obviously, thinking about what caused it and stuff like this. But let's just get to where Phil is. Anyways. 52. This is literally the last mention of it. So I'm pretty sure I can. So someone says, can't you sue for wrongful termination? As far as I know, if they can't document why you were fired, then they have no right to do so. Even though he already said they gave documentation, but here we go. I'm pretty sure I can. I talked to a friend's mom last night, and she told me that I could go to the Department of Labor first thing Monday, explain what happened, and demand a hearing. According to her, the Department of Labor is extremely pro-worker, and they will probably try to convince me to get a case going against Best Buy. The only problem is I have no idea how much time and money it will cost to get a lawyer and to do this. Right now, if I don't get employment in the next couple of weeks, I will start defaulting on bills. That's not how you use defaulting, but fine. Defaulting on bills and then GG, good game, peace out, credit. This is his favorite term these days. What a harbinger of things to come. GGPO credit. That's the good tagline for Twitter. The case will probably take a year or more just to get to court, and as long as Best Buy agrees to pay unemployment anyway, the only thing I'll have to gain is actually get my job back, which is not going to work out, since I'm not sure I'm going to be since I'm sure it's going to be super uncomfortable to go back there after getting canned. At any rate, I'll be applying for unemployment on Monday. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated, so hopefully, if this ever happens to any one of you, you will know what to do as well. Okay. So now it's time to show the court documents that we do have. Public, all public, of course. All public, of course. This is the state of Connecticut, Department of Labor, against, claimant's name is Philip P. Burnell. Dead schooled. The court documents say that is incorrect, but I'm just, again, I'm not trying to be some kind of a master of the know shit. I'm just sharing you all the documents that we have we have. So if that is correct, that's fine, but I'll tell you the court documents and what they say, because that's all I can do, right? Let's fuck up my layout for this. That's important. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Well, I'm not going to read all of this, whatever. But the thing is, okay, so the issue before the board is whether the employee discharged the claimant for willful misconduct in the course of his employment. Okay? So from what I've understood, and chat, if you know something better, please tell me. Right? The problem here is if he willfully broke the course of his employment, he willfully did misconduct against the terms of employment, fire his ass, unemployment not necessary, bitch. Right? I'm not going to read all this shit. So as you can see here, guys, in the case before us, the claimant received an employee discount of $2.70 on 3 video game consoles used in a tournament he volunteered to organize. Right? That's it. I mean, I know it could be more. I'm telling you what the court has, so I tend to believe it, but who knows? Although the tournament participants each contributed $10 to defray the cost of the event, the referee found the claimant credible in testifying that he did not make a profit, did not intend to organize any similar tournaments, and has retained the consoles for his personal use. There's nothing in the record.
I don't know how I feel about it yet. I don't know how I feel.
There was nothing in the record that would cause us to overturn the referee's credible determination. The claimant made no attempt to hide the transaction, which only resulted in a very minimal discount for the claimant. We thus concur in the referee's conclusion that the claimant did not knowingly violate the employer's discount policy. We find that the parties that have offered any argument in support of or in opposition of the appeal which would disturb the referee's finding of fact, we further find that findings are supported by the record. The conclusion reached by the referee is consistent with those findings. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. He did win. He did win unemployment. He did get unemployment. He did win this case. So here's my question for you: why does he not bring this up more? Right? This is a clear W. Right? This is one of those rare W's for Darkside Phil, right? But he never brings it up. Like, odd. Right? It's like, it's just, I don't get why he doesn't bring this up ever. Like, yeah, Best Buy tried to bring me down too, but I've said fuck you to them too. Like, it seems like it's something he would be doing at every case, at every opportunity he can, but he just doesn't. And it's just kind of weird. Like, you know. Anyways, that is a rare DSPW we just saw. You think that's it? No, I don't know. Like that, I don't know. Yeah, that's true. You can't be a victim if you won. So anyways, let's just focus on this. Good game, peace out, credit. That would happen anyway later. Anyways, well, it's not the 0. It's a W because here's the options. You get 0 unemployment or you get unemployment. And unemployment is not like some proud thing like, yeah, I got unemployment. But, you know, it's still winning. But I guess you're right. It's kind of embarrassing. Let's move on. 265 is where we're going next. Fun does not end there. So this person, obviously, this R word. R word is a little bit more loosey-goosey there. But anyways, if you can't pay for NKI, if you can't pay for a lawyer, you should take that shit to Judge Judy. Court costs are only $25 and she can smell bullshit from 40 miles away. Funny guy. This is DSP. Why do I get the feeling that the 1243 lawyer team Best Buy has working for them won't agree to appear on Judge Judy? Great joke. Anyways, 269. So in response to this hardship, Phil is making some changes, guys. I've already had to back out of all my money matches for final round, and it only makes sense to do so for ECC as well. I'm not going to make any promises when I have no idea if I'll be employed by then, or if I'm going to be granted unemployment. Joey Crack, please let me know what days you'll be attending ECC, and also if you use your PS2 for the entire blah, 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 blah. We're in desperate need of TVs right now. Anything more than 20 inches, blah, blah, blah. So he's not doing money matches, guys. He has made a positive change to not do money matches. So he should be praised for that, I guess. All right, let's go down. We're going to fast forward in time a bit. Still, the tournament's a few months away. We're still getting preparation stages. Here we go. This is Phil's Guilty Gear / is not canceled at ECC. Only retards who are mad that James is banned from ECC are saying that to try to get people to not come. And people wonder why I have issues with that gaming community. So his beef with Guilty Gear, it runs deep. This is a big rival round. Guilty Gear, it just has a burr in his saddle, for sure. Slash will take place, currently blah, blah, blah. Also, if there's going to be tournaments now, blah, 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 blah. Nothing cool. Nothing great. Next, go to 309. Still, look at this. Look at this. All right. I'll be the first to say that Rob is definitely one of the more selfless of the Street Fighter community gamers. This is all you have to quote? You could say this much? Come on. What the fuck? Yes. But when it comes to ECC this year, he is not selfless at all. First, he posts... Oh, Rob, by the way, is that R guy that we had that first beef with. Way back when, right? Way back when the stream just started. When the stream was less than an hour old. Okay. Okay, he's not selfless at all. First, he posted here shitting on Wigfall and I, asking us if we cared about ECC, when it's obvious answer that we do not. We do, and it's an insult to be asking something like that. Then he followed me into the Tekken Zaibatsu forums after I had explained to the Tekken community that we could not hold a full-scale DR tournament ECC, and instead of backing us up, decided to shit on us again. Basically saying we should find DR boards and super guns and somehow learn how to hook them up. He basically said we didn't care about Tekken either, and it was our incompetence that led to the problem with Tekken and ECC. This was all after I had explained to the tech community that it's unreasonable to expect Wigfall and I to find Tekken DR boards, rent them, pick them up, hook them up some special way, etc. All for one game at ECC. Blah, 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 blah. I honestly have no idea why Rob Sigley is out to make me look bad. I never did a fucking thing to him until he decided to come in this thread and shit on Wigfall and myself. And don't even try to say he didn't. It's pretty much in black and white. When someone asks you if you care about ECC and you're running the fucking tournament, don't worry, Rob. The legacy of ECC will not be ruined because of things I said. If ECC does fail in any respect, the only thing I can foresee is because there is no Tekken, which is out of our control. Jin Master did this of his own will, and we are not willing to spend thousands of dollars to most... and obviously no other major tournaments either, so sue me. Oh, speaking of sue. Because there might not be any good tournament of Guilty Gear Slash as we'd like. Okay, there we go. The only reason I can think that Rob Sigley is so pissed at me is because at previous 5-run tournaments, including ECC, he's been his right-hand man. That's great. But guess what? ECC is not run by 5 this year, and we don't need your help. Seriously. I'm sorry you're taking it in such a bad way and think you're experienced and a professional. and Vi has addressed me as being unprofessional. But let's get serious. The most unprofessional thing you could do is try to shit on the new staff of ECC at every fucking second across different website message boards. You were hurting ECC right now because more than Wigfall or myself ever could. Get over yourself. If you have something to say it to us and not here, where you're tarnishing the image of ECC as a whole. That's all I have to say about this issue. Oh, God, thank God. Oh, that's all he has to say. We've been how many sentences, dude? If Rob says anything else, I'm going to ignore it. This is the bitch one, man. If Rob says anything else, I'm just going to ignore it and leave the rest of the comments in this thread for real tournament information. So, I said all I need to say. If you see anything else, I'm just going to ignore it. You know, just ignore it. Anyways, Master Chibi comes in hot. Well, DSP, in all honesty, and in my apologies, this caused even more drama. The comments you made at the beginning of this thread towards the Guilty Gear players are the sole reason there's another tournament being held in Ohio. In reality, it has nothing to do with Jamie. The comments you made were pretty much uncalled for, and when Sigley and myself tried to tell you Guilty Gear would have been better off Sunday, that's when you threw up the wall, accused much of the Guilty Gear of not having much devotion, and basically slapped them all in the face. Now, they're obviously going to prove you wrong by attempting to go to both tournaments in the span of less than half a day, and that includes the guy who's running Guilty Gear at ECC. Come on, man. Think things through before you speak. As much as your setup for having GG on Friday was a positive thing, it still gave off the air of having to separate the Guilty Gear community from the entire rest of the tournament, like you really didn't want to bother with them. Fi never had a problem with Guilty Gear. He had it at every tournament that he held for as long as I attended, even when we had more than 10 folks enter. No more than 10 folks enter. Hell, last year Fi came in with a bump up. I'll be the first to say this, but don't be surprised to hear people say that they wish Sigley was running ECC instead of you. I won't lie when I say that. I won't lie when I say that I do favor Sigley a bit more, but I still have faith in you. ECC sounds corrupt as hell. What the fuck? This is what happens when DSP runs tournament. Extremely normal forum posts, no drama. It's really chill, man. This is extremely meaningful. Oh, God. All right, let's keep going. Phil, of course, has to clap back. You know he's clapping back for this. Oh, my God! Look at this! Look at this! I'm done with it. Done with it. Like, it so sucks. You have to read it to find the gold, but God damn it, man. I'll just choose some hype things. The fact of the matter is, you can please some of the people all the time. You can please all the people some of the time. You could not please all the people all the time. As much as we would love to have every single fighting game presidency and have them at all the times that everyone wants them in, be able to ship in DR cabs and yada, 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 we do not have the money, time, or space to do so. This year we went with a lot of difficult decisions. Blah, 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 blah. It's easy to sit on the sidelines and criticize and say that we did this wrong, we went the wrong way there. But try being in the shoes of Wigfall and myself, trying to please hundreds of gamers while not screwing over any particular audience. Throw in the fact that we aren't even sure that Chris Cotti would approve everything until a few weeks ago, and the fact that we had 2 complete new games coming out that everyone wanted to play, and you'll realize that it's a lot more complicated than just saying yes to everyone and giving everyone what they wanted. To be completely honest, if it weren't for Tekken being canceled, I still have no idea how Slash would be able to run on Sunday, and not to delay all the finals of the other major tournaments. Hiccup. Oh, thank you, Lord Thunder, for that. So it is difficult to get the DR cabinets and boards. Makes sense. The fact is, we are working to make EC the absolute best tournament it can be. We're confident the changes we made this year will make EC a better tournament overall for the people who attend. When else have you ever been to a tournament that polls asking what kind of controls you wanted, what version of a game you wanted to play, and then actually acted off of those results? Next year, if ECC totally flops, this year, someone else can step up and take control of ECC, whether it be Fi or Rob Sigley or whoever. But I guarantee this year, ECC will not flop. In fact, it'll be a huge success. With not only the highest quality Marvel's Capcom tournament, but the only ST tournament with switch stick controls, a quality third strike tournament with the controls everyone chooses to play on. And finally, a C2 multiple say blah, 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 blah. Oh, and don't worry. I know how to draw up brackets. Don't worry. ECC is in good hands. It'll be just as good, if not better, than previous years in 2006. I read like 10% of that, by the way. Let's keep moving. It's like still this tournament has not happened. Okay. So this person right here, I don't know who this is. Probably could be DSP here. Saturday after Marvel pools. Josh, are we Marvel 5 vs 5? I don't know. It could be DSP, whatever. Let's keep moving. Master Chibi here. So this is Master Chibi here, just bringing up things that Phil has said here, right? Just bringing up things Phil has said. So, for example, he said Guilty Gear. Yeah, while I'm sure he's bringing up quotes of people that agree with Master Chibi's opinions here. So get ready for that. That's what we were looking at here. So while I'm sure that Phil and Josh feel a stronger attachment to the Capcom games, to say that they classify 3D gamers or the GG community as second class is harsh and judgmental. Guilty Gear entries don't really matter to me in the least. I don't know if you remember, but I was actually staunchly against even running Guilty Gear this year. If it gets the least number of entries, a lot of the time, it takes up a lot of consoles and space. No director goes to a major tournament thinking they're going to disregard a popular game. However, after I proposed not having Guilty Gear, every fucking whiny player on the planet flamed me, saying I was being biased. Yeah, Phil, that's like the biggest detractor of Phil's life at this point is fucking Guilty Gear. Like, that's it. Anyways. He's just bring up cases of clearly Guilty Gear players will play Guilty Gear and they travel well. Go fuck yourself. Phil's response, which for some reason okay, I'm just going to scroll down so you can see. Oh! Not as bad as some, but oh my god, this dude loves to fucking write. Oh god. All right, here we go. I personally don't care about Guilty Gear, but if you didn't know, I'm also not running every single tournament ECC. Blah, 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 blah. However, after I proposed not having... True. I proposed not having Guilty Gear. Because when I asked the community what version of the game to be played, it started a huge argument about Reload versus Slash. A lot of people didn't want Slash because it's so new. And it wasn't even guaranteed to be able to be released in time for ECC. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I drove 10 hours last year to help with the tournament. A perfect example of someone willing to donate for their community. This is great, and nobody's saying anything bad about this person. Funny, though, that as soon as my comments were taken out of context, he decided to run the Ohio Guilty Gear tournament just to spite ECC. Sorry, I personally don't love GG, but Chaz does. He's willing to run a kick-ass Slash tournament despite all the shit talk people are spreading, saying we're not running it at ECC. This is interesting. Also, don't try to lecture me on how you drove to ECC and gave 2 PCs too. You don't want to know the thousands upon thousands of equipment I'm bringing to ECC this year. So wait, here, real quick. So he says, like, a perfect example of somebody willing to donate to the community. That guy's cool. Okay, cool. I like this guy. But also, don't try to lecture me on how that. You don't want to know. I've done more. Hey, this dude's pretty cool, but I've done more. So fuck you. Anyways, let's move on. So remember, we've seen a lot of things so far in this forum, but one thing I want to keep in mind is that Guilty Gear was fucking a bitch, man. He hates Guilty Gear. He threw out the idea of not playing Guilty Gear. Now they are running it. But watch how his story changes here. Again, he writes the most of anybody. So any team fighters will definitely be full teams, blah, blah, blah. Also, I posted an apology to the Guilty Gear community over in that Ohio tournament thread. And I want to post one here too. Uh-oh. Phil's coming for an apology. Redemption run. Coming in hot. Sorry, Guilty Gear. I want to apologize to the Guilty Gear community for anything that I may have said to disrespect them. Although I may not like or play GG myself, it is still a community of gamers that deserve respect. And the game definitely deserves a spot at ECC. I know that certain other parties have used the misquotations of things I said. Misquotations of things I said. Is that a possible phrase? It's not like they're splicing your words, dude. It's not even audio. It's shit you say in a fucking forum. Sorry, Guilty Gear. Yeah, Sir Guilty Gear. Sir Gear? To hype with their events, not only is this disrespectful to myself, who cares? I don't get this, who cares, but misquoted by copy and pasted. Thank you, Seal. Yes. Copy and pasting. Stop taking my shit, misquoting me. Anyways, all these people have succeeded in doing is exploiting misinformation to promote their own events and hype up their own reputations. Pretty selfish. In addition, they've succeeded in dividing the community even further than before. Ever wonder why the majority of fighting game tournaments can't get sponsorship? Ever wonder why there's no tournament league for any fighting games? This is why. Great apology. Let me tell you why you're an asshole. Instead of taking the time to talk to myself or Josh Wigfall about the GG situation at ECC, certain parties took it into their own hands to try and slander ECC on other message boards. And right now, they're taking part in a word-of-mouth campaign to say that there isn't any Guilty Gear at ECC. When I tried to reach out to the parties who are running this tournament, I was banned from the Guilty Gear message board. And I was never contacted to discuss the issue, although I had requested it. This is pure bullshit, and not the way to go about doing things. We cared so much about... Oh my God! We cared so much about Guilty Gear. I can scroll up 10 posts and tell you what he said. I threw out the idea of getting rid of it, you know? We cared so much about Guilty Gear. We ended up moving the tournament from Friday to Sunday. Dude! This is what the guy requested. Remember he's saying this? These certain parties is that motherfucker that started with the start of this whole thing. And it was his idea to move the day. And now he said, we cared so much about Guilty Gear, we ended up moving the tournament. That dude requested that in the very beginning. He is retconning individual threads. It's incredible. Like, you thought retconning the pre-stream to the night stream is epic. He does it in the same threads. Oh man, we cared so much about Guilty Gear. People have accused me of being unprofessional when it comes to Guilty Gear. I do want to apologize to anyone who feels this way. Maybe some of the things I said about GG were out of line. But at the same time... they ring true. Sorry. Oh my God, this is incredible. This is madness. Okay, maybe some of the things I said about GG were out of line, but at the same time, they ring true. Oh my God. That's the best apology ever. Oh man. God damn it. Hey, you know what? I said a lot of fucked up things, but they ring true. That's really what you're supposed to say during an apology. That's my favorite. If it's an intervention or something, all right, cool, I get it, right? Hey, dude, you're 500 pounds. You know, you might want to lose some weight. And the guy's like, fuck you, why you call me fat? Like, all right, I'm sorry. Some of the things I said were out of line, but, you know, they do ring true. That's fine. Yeah, Game Master, my plan is to be done by 10 p.m. for sure. I'm going to redirect your right to peace. Don't worry. I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly, Ramen Brahmin. I'm sorry if you're offended by what I said, but it's true. You are assholes, and Guilty Gear is gay. It's very homosexual. Okay, anyways. I really don't care about GG myself. Okay, hold on. We cared so much about GG. I really don't care about GG. Okay. Paragraph difference there. Okay, anyways. But regardless of how I feel, growing up with Street Fighter and respecting that series of games is not reason to ban anyone to boycott ECC, which is arguably the longest running and best fighting video game major in the country. Damn, ECC's that level? Fighting game community members. Is that true? Was it that big? Anyway, I hope that this will help me clear the air between myself and the GG community. I also hope to see lots of you on Sunday at ECC. Also, I hope that those of you who are planning to go to the HOW event on Saturday and then fly to Jersey and Flash are successful and have no problems. You guys are the most dedicated gamers I've ever heard of. Oh, he is down on one knee. Down on one knee. Both knees, ready to fillet. He is filleting the Guilty Gear community now. He's reduced himself to filleting. All right, let's go. Next. All right, so this is funny because of the ending. But anyways, we can do it whatever way people... If someone asks about double blind or whatever, blah, we can do whatever way people want. I'm open and willing to do what is most requested. Probably what will end up happening is come Saturday afternoon, once CVS 2 singles are down to Final 16, I'll put aside top few players and ask them what to suggest for a team format. Now I have a short message to all the Tekken players who backed Jin Master and his tournament that he's running to compete with ECC. It seems that since Tekken 5.0 and the huge prizes that go along with it, which has been announced for EVO, nobody is complaining that they want DR anymore. Gee, that's funny, because we were going to throw a huge Tekken 5.0 tournament ECC until Jin Master decided to run a Tekken DRS3 tournament in Philly at the same time. So, well, you all could have been in New Jersey practicing for a game with over 8K in prize in less than 3 months against hundreds of players in a game that has no competitive future due to cost and availability issues. Oh, no, so excuse me. Against hundreds of players, you'll either be sitting at home doing nothing or you'll be in Philly playing against a handful of players in a game that has no competitive future due to cost and availability issues. It doesn't make any difference how good a game is. If it's too expensive to get and there's no console release, it will not be played. Compare a game like Unreal Tournament 2004 to Halo 2. A far superior FPS. But a much, much smaller competitive audience, since Halo 2 can pretty much be played for anybody for about $200. Why do you need an expensive computer to run Unreal? I hate to say I told you so, but I've already said in about 3 other threads, so I might as well. Next time, fucking listen to me and not Jin. Fucking listen to me and not Jin Master. So salty. So salty. So salty. Fucking Jin Master. God damn it, Jin Master. Could be original detractor, Jin Master. Let's get back to the clap back to Phil. Of course, you know it's coming. 2 things. It's not cool just to ask some top players. Make a decision and implement it. Hold a poll right now. Ask opinion from everyone right now. Ask some random people at the time of the tourney is not very professional, in my opinion. Why don't you just deal with it right now? It most likely won't finish if you try to organize it one day or one night. Also, damn! Grow up about the Tekken shit. Aren't you in charge? I like that. Grow up about the Tekken shit. Aren't you in charge? Okay. Fair. Here we go. Of course. Phil's response. You know what's coming. We need some music for this. God damn it, dude. Dude writes... See, this dude is a dude that knows how internet works. You write a paragraph, write a sentence, get the fuck out. Everyone else gets this, by the way. I'm just trying to do random scrolling. Everyone that's not Darkside Phil understands how forums work. And you do fucking posts like this. A sentence, a paragraph, get the fuck out. Rarely do you see a long one. What the fuck does Phil do? Every single time we get this. Every single fucking time. Just word. No one else does this. I'm trying to make that hammer that home here. It's not like this is, some people do that. Just DSP does this. That's it. Randomly, you get someone that's a huge post about other shit. But anyways, I could easily post a poll. Like, I could do that. But why? But that's had a lot of mixed results. There's still people complaining that they didn't know about the 3 search drug console poll and are angry that's on PS2. Oh, very similar. He's the poll about his fucking Reacts video. Same thing. We're still getting that in 2023. Anyways. Blah, blah, blah. I'm fast forward. I can't go through all this. I cannot do all this. I don't have the strength. Now, okay. So wait here. I think, first of all, the statements I made do not apply to all Tekken players. I know there's a group of you who support ECC and wanted to come and play and are furious that Namco won't give you a PS2 port of DR and Jin Master is selfish and did what he did. Remember, I wanted to have a smaller cap DR tournament, a full-scale Tekken 5.0 tournament on console. I have nothing against the Tekken community as a whole. Now, who I do have issues with are obviously Jin Master and the bunch of Tekken players who came on here and also on Tekken Zaibatsu slamming ECC. The gist of their comments? Chris Cotty is a rich guy who won't rent us DR caps for ECC. The break sucks. Duel sucks. ECC sucks. The staff of ECC sucks. These players that went on to follow Jim Master in his proposed tournament affiliate are continuing to slam ECC. But now that it's been announced that EVO is Tekken 5.0, they must be feeling really stupid. Now, my point isn't to rub salt in wounds. Oh no, that uppercase let us know that wasn't it. The uppercase letters you used in saying they must be feeling really stupid ensure that we know it's not about rubbing salt in wounds. Thank you for that. But to basically give all these people a wake-up call. Hopefully next time you will not listen to Jin Master. Dude, talk about names and mouths. It's Jin Master's world and we're just living in it right now. Please learn from what's happened and actually listen to those who are trying to incorporate Tekken in the fighting game community. Such as the staff of ECC and EVO. We are trying to help. But it's Namco's fault there's no PS2 port of DR. I wish to God there was. Because I would probably be playing it myself if there was. And there definitely wouldn't be any of this needless drama over Tekken. I want to apologize to anybody that thought I was basically trying to diss the entire Tekken community because I'm not. I said it incorrectly. I only meant to address those that for some reason are trying to pull Tekken away from the fighting game majors again. Anyways. Why don't you listen to me? Okay, next post. Phil again. And the only reason I know this one is because, well, first of all, we can tell because the post under it. But we get the classic. Sounds good? Here's what I'll say. If there's going to be AE at ECC, it will be on Sunday. So that way, all the ST players will be around, still be around. As Sunday progresses, I will see how many console stations we have available. And if there's at least 2 free when SD finishes Sunday afternoon, I will take signups for AE. Sounds good? Sounds good to me. Oh, I have that. Might as well use it, right? Where is it? Sounds good? I think I was even on. Sounds good? No, it's definitely not on. It's right here. Sounds good?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
There we go. Thank you. Co-host Chaos Realm coming in hot. Let's keep moving. Okay, next we go to 397. We're getting our way to the end here, boys. We're getting our way there. Okay, so Master Chibi says, please say there's no wireless controller. Please make sure it says there's no wireless controller being used DSP. It's a pain to have it unsync itself in the middle of a match. Fair. I have 2 wired controllers myself, but it's pretty strictly bring your own shit since I don't have anything to spare. No DOA sticks or anything like that. I thought about the wireless issue, but if it has to play and charge kit, it solves it anyway. That's a non-story. Trying to give you the complete picture, everything in context. Again, longest shit post, schedule shit. Time is running. Time is almost here. Some exciting updates too. Talking like a social media manager already. Time is running out to pre-register, motherfuckers. Get in there. Next, This is an exciting update. This is exciting. Both Josh Wigfall and I will be at the break this Thursday night, the day before ACC, to have the new clothes installed in all cabinets by none other than the famous Jet Fee. Many notable players in the NYC area, along with most of the West Coast players who are coming to ACC, will be there to break in the controls, blah, blah, blah. Chris Cotty, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Huge update, blah, 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 blah. Nothing important. That's it. I hope everybody has a great week, and I hope to see everyone this weekend, and some of you on Thursday. Okay, final schedule's written here. Whatever. It's not like that interesting. Not interesting. Get to the meat of the content here. Let's go to 19. Here we go. This is like he's being pro. I'm a tournament organizer now. He's kind of getting serious, you know. Okay, this is again Phil 419. Yes, it is. This is Phil. For hotels, the traditional thing everyone does is stay at Motel 6 for a few reasons. First, it's cheap, and most game. There we go. First, it's cheap, and most gamers are looking for the most economical thing to do. Most gamers. I love how he just groups everyone in gamers. Like, do actual gamers use gamer like that? Like, yeah, what are you doing on Sunday? Well, I'm just bringing a few gamers over. We're going to do just gaming. I mean, just gamers. Second, everybody who attends ECC usually stays at Motel 6 because they are really good about noise. I think out of all the years we've stayed there, there's only been one complaint about noise every year. It was by a couple of retarded guests. Sorry, guests. Sorry, retarded guests. We got to be loud. We're gamers. Usually gamers can take over the hotel, which basically means it's really easy to move from room to room for casuals. Hell, for a few years, Scott from Connecticut brought a red Bronco truck. It actually had hookup from Marvel and other games outside the hotel in the parking lot all night long. Hell. You know, usually gamers can take over the hotel. If you're looking for other hotels, for example, one with internet, the Holiday Inn across the street is a little bit more expensive, but the rooms are a lot bigger and nicer. It really depends on, one, how much money you're willing to spend, and if you want to be where all the other gamers are. Quit with the gamers, dude. Hello, fellow gamers. So you can easily go from room to room for casuals. As for DVDs, right now, there's no plans for any release. Too much cost, and obviously problems with places like the one Evo uses to invest in right now. Preppy will be in attendance and no doubt getting majority of good MVC footage. That footage still exists. So we might... It's not that interesting, actually. It's kind of like most of the videos are showing the screen and that's it. And you can't even tell who's playing. So, whatever. I'll also be bringing my camcorder to record notable matches, finals for our tournaments, and also get some interviews for the Hater Cam. Interviews for the Hater Cam. I have not seen this Hater Cam in any way. I searched, but we're allowing all footage to be taped, so if you want to record it for yourself, it's not a problem at all. More than likely, what end up happening is Zach will release all the good footage, and I'll encode the videos for all the games and find somebody to host them. So, the Hater Cam. I've not heard of this Hater Cam. If anyone else, other lore masters have, I'd be very interested to know if the Hater Cam has come up any other places, because this is the Hater Cam.
I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Yes, I like that.
I don't know how I feel.
Bob 6051. Let's go to room for casuals. Casual hookups, of course. Okay, let's keep moving. Keep moving. 444. Less than 20 minutes left, and we got to finish. The harmful cam. Yes, it's been rechanged to harmful. We are almost done here. Almost done. What a day it's been. So much stuff is broken here. Hater cam. Okay. Dude. Full screen post alert. I need a sound for that. Any ideas? I'm willing to take it. I need like like maybe Cat going like a good sigh from Cat would be good. I'll try to find something. Anyways. Extremely important update. Josh Wigfall just returned from a trip to the break to discuss things with Chris Cotty. Like, who's reading all this, man? I don't give a shit what tournament it is. I don't give a shit if it is a swinging party. I'm not reading this many fucking rules, man. Oh, here we go. So, if you fuck around, the Dunellen police are really cracking down on people loitering. In fact, they complained to Chris Cotty's Pack Weekend, made it very clear that anyone in front of the break, it will close the arcade and end ECC. All employees, let it be known right now that if you're found loitering outside the front of the break at any point during ECC weekend, we will disqualify you. This is not a joke. We will literally be shut down if the known police find people hanging out in front of the break. So we will not tolerate this. Uppercase, bold. I can't do anything else to tell you. This is a serious deal, dude. It's not a joke, man. It's fucking serious. Fuck out of here. That's it. I hope this answers all questions. All questions. That's like backhanded way to say, don't ask any more questions, bitch. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Done with it. All right, let's go. 4:57. We're getting there. Okay. So I think this is Phil. You tell me if this is true. This is what I can't confirm or deny, but I think it is. Here we go. Someone said, see it. So, oh yeah. Sorry. I want to say this. This is what's it called? Triforce. The guy that was behind the Empire streaming team we saw a few weeks ago. So anyways, after the CC, the legend should come back and change ECC completely. Location, name, and how it is managed is complete and utter bullshit. The cops are a pain in the ass. They don't understand it. So he just pissed because the cops are going to ruin this whole event. You can't chill out. He's pissed about that. So the legend should come back, right? The legend he's talking about is Phi, right? Phi, who organized this tournament in the past. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so anyways, it was look how salty. It was the legend. It was the legend. Go fuck yourself. So salty about the use of legend there. The legend, aka Phi, that told Josh and I that under no circumstance would ECC ever be moved from the break. Moving was actually one of the first ideas we tossed around. I was considering moving it to Rhode Island or Mass and possibly teaming up with Anna to get something going. But then we were told that ECC started at the break and is closely intertwined with Chris Cotty. And if any tournament was going to be run and still called East Coast Championships, it would have to be held at the break. Now, don't get me wrong. I have no problem with Chris Cotty running EC at the break, but I definitely understand your concerns. What I will say is this. I'll be keeping an eye on what is going on outside the break at all times. And if I see anybody out there, they will get one chance and that's it. I will not have ECC shut down because of people who cannot read or listen. I will also be telling every single person that registers in person they cannot stand outside the front of the break, just in case they don't read the escrow forms or don't remember. It's definitely tough. It's been tough. I would love to get something different going, something similar to Final Round or Texas Showdown, or even EVO next year. But ECC is a name that will not die. It is now the longest running traditional competitive game tournament in the USA. Name another tournament with 11 installments, dude. And that's not even counting 3.5, whatever, blah, blah. At the same time, ECC and the Street Fighter community have now grown so much that it's very possible that it's now too large for the break to hold. If it weren't for the cancellation of Tekken events and the addition of 8 console stations inside of just a handful, I bet the break would have been literally bursting at the seams this year. And everything would have been run late. As it is, with the time and space we were given by Chris Cotty, we might not be able to have the team tournaments that we really want to run. However, there are things in the works. Depending on how things actually go this year, and on certain factors and things that are already in motion, it is very possible that come 2007, there will be a new East Coast major. Only time will tell. So yeah, I can't prove that's Phil, but you know, it is. By the way, this one again, I can't confirm or deny it's Phil. I think it is. I have a special important announcement. I want it to be known that we will not be using the judgment system in Third Strike Tournament Winner if that does happen. I know what this is. So I know everyone in chat knows what it is. Just humor me. So the judgment system is like when it's a true draw, right? So either time and the same exact amount of health are left, or you kill each other with the same last hit. Like 3 people come on screen and just like choose who wins. And there's method to it though. Like it's about who gets the most points, I think, right? But of course, he's salty. In case of a draw, we will be playing that one game of that match to determine a winner. I know that Evo is using judgment, but I'm not one to just go ahead and start using Japanese criteria to determine a winner when there is no real way to figure out how the process works. The fact of the matter is, nobody has any idea how judgment really works. So to use it to determine a definitive winner in a competitive tournament where money's at stake is insane. Evo may not want to spend the time to find the real best players in the country, but ECC, only those who deserve to win will advance. Get fucked, Evo. A piece of shit. He's already pissed at Japan. He's already pissed at Japan using the system that's in the game. Which, I don't know. But you guys tell me, fighting game representatives. What do people think of the judgment system? Because I know it feels kind of randomy if you don't, because they don't really explain their decision. I know they just, what happens is literally they hold up a fucking picture and like, oh, you know what, I can fucking show it. I mean, third strike, oh, this gonna work now? Now we can watch it. So Phil lost. That was basically it. Third strike, judgment. What did everyone say? What did everyone think about judgment back then? Here we go. Here's how judgment works.
You are now about...
I don't need judgment explained. I just want to show it. So, like... So that's judgment, if you haven't seen it. So just like they kind of just hold up... You can't really tell how they made the decision. But there's definitely method to the madness, right? Right. But anyways, let's keep moving. We're almost done. Piece of pieces started. Definitely want to be out of here before then. There's a few more posts to get to. For 465. Anyway, just I had to show that little hatred for it. We're not just going to do something Japan does, dude. So get fucked. You're asking the wrong person. I'm in charge of... Okay. Someone had a question. I'm wondering what to do with their pools, blah, blah. You're asking the wrong person. I'm in charge of registration, supplies, posting info on SRK, singles, and all. Josh is solely in charge of all. That was just funny because like he says all the shit he's in charge of. Like you're supposed to know all this. Anyways, let's go to 520 is the last post we have. This is it. Yo, Phil, so I mean, this is like we're getting close to the actual event, and here we go. This is, I don't know what you're talking about. I tried to I am, and it said the person is in the line. I am me at Whoa Moses. That's my nickname. If you see this, so Whoa Moses was Phil's AIM name that has been proven in many other ways, and that was it. So. I'm in charge of posting on the forums. That's the best fucking job he ever got because it's perfect for his ass. So there you go. Great. I think this thread was really interesting for many different ways. I mean, just a lot of good burns. A lot of Phil writing Bibles about shit that no one cares about. Also, let's never forget the retcon, right? The retcon of that. I threw out the idea of just saying fuck Guilty Gear to then going, we cared so much about Guilty Gear that we did this. Was a great one, I thought. So this is a fun one. I have a whole nother thread ready to roll. But of course not to get to it tonight because it always takes longer than I expect. But I promise the next one we're going to get into is awesome as well. I promise that. It goes into... let me get the exact poll up. I'm going to bring it up here. But yeah, so it's about a new game came out, and Phil shared his findings of that new game. And some people from that community clap back, and they clap back with a force. That is definitely going to be fun to go through. Let's just do a song though before we get out. What's my favorite song these days? Let's do Not One From Me, obviously. Let's do this. We'll play this song, get you out of here. This is from Rabies 13. Let's rock out, and then we'll get you to Piece of Peace stream.
My concern is that if everyone focuses on gifted memberships, okay? Which could happen. Oh, wow, this is a new feature. We all want to jump on it and help Phil's channel. Great, thank you. But if everyone says, oh, we want to do a gifted membership, but people stop tipping, I have no liquidity.
WPIG 6051, Rabies 13 in the house. Let's go.
Oh, my God. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, the drips are strong, Tim. I'm smoking on Tuca and tea. What are they gonna do? Even Jesus didn't arise when I said I'm not a beggar and I'm someone who can trust who drinks gin all the time. My business runs on a liquidity factor, but that doesn't stop me from banning all the bags. No. My contractors say, never support this man. Some people are like, oh, we already raised a lot of money. You're right. Huh. But I need that money to pay all my normal bills that normally I would be paying. You see what I mean? Well, let's not forget about the tips. That's very important. That's basically like my business liquidity is tips.
Let's go.
Oh my God. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, the drips are strong, Tim. Okay, so I have 0 tips to shout out, and that's a problem. My day off is tomorrow, and I don't think you guys care. Would I like a lunch meat sandwich? Fuck you. How about that? Fuck you. No, I deserve absolutely the best DoorDash, garbage, and renting. How dare you say that? I spend too much on Hulk Hogan's dick, and that's none of your business. It's not your business to ask me about personal shit, so please don't. Oh my God. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, the drips are strong, Tim. Oh my God. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, the drips are strong, Tim.
WPIG 6051, Rambo Bambo. Thanks so much for watching with everybody. A lot of fun today. A lot of good stuff uncovered. And we'll see you tomorrow night for the Flare Up music-centric show coming tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're all legends. Don't you ever, ever forget it. We'll get you over there on Piece of Pieces stream. What should we tell Piece of Piece when we get there, though? We got to say something. Like, what can we say? What's a good single line we saw today? What's a good, easy single line to spam his chat with? There were so many good lines, and I'm trying to think of them. Think of something good. Not hello. Something that he said today. It's really weird, out of place. GGPO. Perfect. John Bono, you're a legend. GGPO is the answer. Spam this in chat. You'll be redirected right now. You're all legends. Don't you ever forget it. We'll see you tomorrow.